last few movies, we've learned how to format tables in quite some detail, but if you had a lot of tables to format, it would be really tedious to go through this process for each and every one of them, right? Fortunately, Indesign CS3 has table styles, which let you apply lots of table formatting with a single click. Let me show you how it works. First, I'm going to jump to page 14 of this document by pressing Command-J and then 14 and hit Enter. That would be Control-J on Windows and then 14 and then Enter. Here we go. I've got a table which is already formatted, and I want to create a table style which will apply all that formatting to this text over here. Because I'm going to show you a before and after, I want a duplicate of this, so I'm going to Option drag or Alt drag with Windows. I'm going to just simply duplicate that off to the side here, and I'll go grab that later. To make a table style, it really helps to have a table already formatted that I can use as an example. So I have one here on my page. I'll go to the Table Styles panel down here at the bottom of the dock here, and I'm going to create a new table style. Note that I've already created a table style in this document that's already finished if you want to play around and look at that. But for right now, I'm going to show you how to create a new one. First, I'm going to select the Type tool by double-clicking on one of these cells, which switches to the Type tool and then places it into the place that I double-clicked. And now I want to create a table style based on this. So I go back to the Table Styles panel, and I Option-click or Alt-click on the New Style button. Now, because I had the cursor flashing inside the table, all of that formatting got sucked up into this dialog box. So that's really handy. All the alternating fills and the border color and so on and so on. So all I need to do is give this a name. I'll just call it My Table Style. Nice and easy. You can call it anything you want. We can see the format by clicking on each one of these panels. There's the border. There's the alternating fills. Pretty much anything that shows up in the Table Options dialog box shows up here in this dialog box. Click OK, and now I want to apply all of that to this text. I press Command-A or Control-A on Windows to select all the text, and I need to convert it into a table. Once I have the table there, I can click inside any of the cells and go down to the Table Styles panel and click on the table style I just created. We can see that with one click, all the basic table styling information has been applied. The alternating tint fills, the border around the frame. In fact, if I go over here and turn on preview mode, we'll be able to see that a little bit better. The border around the frame is there, but what has not been applied is any of the information inside. What should the cells look like? What should the header look like? What should the paragraph styles look like? That information does not show up in the table style. So how do you do that? You need cell styles. So I'll go to the Cell Style panel, and I'll create some new cell styles. Once again, it helps that I had an example. So I place the text cursor inside one of these cells, and then I go back to the Cell Style panel, and I Option-click on that. Now all that information is sucked up here, so all I need to do is give it a name, and then I'll tell it what paragraph style should it apply to that cell. I'm going to apply the Table Head style, and click OK. So I now have a cell style which looks just like this cell. Let's jump to some other cells. I'll place the cursor down here and create a new cell style for my table body cell, something like that. And this one is going to apply a paragraph style called Table Body Text. These are all paragraph styles that I had already created in this document. I'll click OK. Now I need another cell style for this type of cell, the stuff that's over in the left column of this. So I'm going to click there, and then Option-click on the New button, or Alt-click on Windows, and I'll say left column headers. You can, again, call these anything you want. And I'm going to apply a paragraph style called Row Heads. It's a paragraph style that I had applied to the text inside these cells. I'll click OK, and now I have some cell styles to work with. So how do I apply those cell styles to my table? Go back to Table Styles, and edit your table style. I'll click inside the table here, and I can double-click on the table style, or right-click on it, and choose Edit My Table Style. If you only have a one-button mouse, on the Mac, of course, you'd use Control-click to get the same context menu. I select that, and now where do I apply the styles? Right here, in Cell Styles. Here's what I do. My header rows I want to be my header style. That's the cell style that I want the header rows to be. My body rows, basically most of the cells in this table, I want to be my table body cell. And the left column, I want to be my left column headers. Now, as soon as I click OK, I can see that the body text has been applied to all of these. Let me zoom into 200%, Command 2 or Control 2 on Windows. And I can see that the body text has been applied to this automatically. The row headers have been applied to this automatically, so this is looking pretty good. But the header information has not been applied up here. Why? Because table styles don't remember, they don't record how many rows are the headers. I find this very frustrating, but I need to do that manually. So I need to come up here and select this row, and then convert that to a header. As soon as I do that, we can see that it automatically applies the correct style to both the cell and the paragraph inside the cell. Now, what else is not done for us automatically? Well, we can see that the column boundaries are not done automatically. I still need to hover over that edge and then drag that out a little bit and change this one. All of this kind of styling to the actual structure needs to be done manually. I also need to apply special styling to particular rows or columns or cells. For example, I have a particular paragraph style that I've created that will align all of these decimals, but I need to select those first and apply that paragraph formatting. I could apply that paragraph formatting simply by going to the Paragraph Styles panel and then choosing the decimals. But in this case, I'm going to create a special cell style for it, just to do it a little bit more elegantly. So I'll option click on this, call this decimal style, and I'll tell it to automatically apply the decimal paragraph style to anything that has that formatting. So now all I have to do to apply that locally is to select the cells and then click on the cell style, and all of those get aligned. But the cells that weren't selected, of course, were not aligned. So I'm going to zoom back to Fit in Window with Command 0 or Control 0 on Windows, and I'm going to use the Selection tool to select this whole thing and just delete it. Now let's start over from scratch. As I said, what I really want is a one-click solution to apply all that formatting to this. Did I get it? Well, let's look. Double-click, select all, convert text to table, click inside, table styles, my table style, click, convert to header, select all cells, go to cell styles, click on style, adjust edges, ad nauseam. So how successful was it? Well, okay, table styles aren't perfect. They don't remember everything. You still have to do some work to your tables. And they do take some getting used to, the difference between cell styles and table styles and so on. But, honestly, they can shave off hours of work on a project when you start using them.